It's a good team, really well coached. I've known Coach Woods for a long time. Defend. They got some really talented guys that love to go one-on-one. Can really score the basketball. I thought they shared it really well tonight. They had 15 assists, only 10 turnovers. It was a good game in the first half. We got a little bit of foul trouble, but then they punched us in the mouth to start the second half, and we weren't able to respond to it the way I would have liked. So it's the beauty of this league, right? You get ready to come back, practice Thursday, Friday, got to go do it again Saturday. We got to stay out on the road, do it again Tuesday. So we've got to learn from this, get better from it, and then hopefully see those improvements on Saturday.
Questions?
Adam, you mentioned punch in the mouth. You went sort of mass substitution a couple minutes into the second half with their guys that just weren't responding the way they should have.
I just didn't see our intensity we had in the first half, right? I think we gave up 33 in the first half and 14 in the first however many minutes to start the half. It's not us. We got to defend and rebound. And we didn't do that to start the half.
It seemed like they were playing a 3-2 zone and that really bothered you guys. It bothered the guards offensively. What was it about what they were doing on defense that seemed to disrupt what you were trying to do offensively?
I think what they did a lot, they switched some of their coverage. So basically, they're playing a lot of man, switching everything, and then they try to keep you on the side. We got to recognize certain things a little bit quicker, and we got to be a little bit stronger with the basketball, and we got to knock down open shots.
And at this point, is Zion still hurt, or is he just not showing you enough in practice to get on the floor?
He's a freshman. He's got to learn what it takes to compete at this level, and we got to see it in practice. He had a great day yesterday, so that was great improvement for us, and he's got to continue to show that.
Has he just kind of hit a wall? Because he was playing fairly well to start the season. What happened between, like, say, the St. Joe's game, the Albany game, and now?
Yeah, I think obviously the injury hurt, and he didn't practice a lot because we were out in Hawaii. So I think when you're a freshman, you miss that much practice, it affects you, right? And he's a guy that there's no film on to start the season, right? No, he's a freshman, and here he comes in. So I told him you got to be able to, defend and rebound. That's the first thing, and then offensively, you got to be able to move the ball. So he had a great day yesterday. I know he's eager to help us.
And obviously, you knew there's probably going to be some growing pains throughout your first. Sorry, the microphone's in a weird spot. Throughout your first year, how do you kind of assess where you're at right now, and what's the mindset of the guys as you're going through some of these pains?
Yeah, I think you got to stay together, right? It's a season of ups and downs, so you got to try to stay. I thought we really did a great job defending and rebounding and setting the stage for what it takes to play in our program on Sunday. And then you come back here and it's not the outcome you want. So you got to try to just stay even throughout, not too high, not too low. And the biggest thing we encourage is stay together. Stay together during the good and the bad. Because you can see some nights you're not going to have it, so you need someone to pick you up, right? So that's just something we talk about a lot, staying together.
How about the way you're sort of self-assessing your own job, right? I know it's a difficult position. Where are you kind of balancing that and assessing your job here?
Yeah, I'm probably my biggest critic. I know some of you guys probably don't write the nicest things sometimes, and you shouldn't. So I'm hard on myself. I assess every practice, so it's not just game. I leave practice and write notes. Man, I got to do that better. Hey, I got to explain that better, and then take notes and try to do it. So I think for me, it's, I have an incredible staff. They're great. They've helped me so much, and I keep trusting in those guys. They've been awesome. But at the end of the day, it's just trying to get better each day, stack good days. So I evaluate it every day, and I tell them, I come in, hey, this didn't look good on film in practice, so we're gonna change this. So you got to be honest with yourself.
With Steve, he had an impressive game on Sunday, but he didn't really translate that into tonight. What do you think just didn't get him going tonight?
Yeah, he's a guy with some tough matchups. He got a little banged up and didn't practice the day after the game, but he went yesterday. But I thought he did some really good things for us. He went to the offensive glass tonight. It's not always, it's hard for me because I talk about it all the time with these guys. It's not all about the scoring, right? It's like, what are we doing to help win the game? And I thought his steals were big last game. His aggressiveness to draw fouls was big. And today he didn't draw a foul. So just some of the other stuff to help winning.
You guys, I think about 12 minutes in the second half for you guys to get called for a foul. Can that be a sign of something not good?
No, I think we were, if you look in the first half, it was probably 5-2, 6-1. Versus Wichita State, it was 6-1. I think we were moving our feet, we were aggressive, but we were getting hit on some screens. We got to talk a little bit more. And you know, they got some open buckets on some of those right there. But we got to defend. We talk about it all the time. We're going to defend and without fouling. And I thought we did a good job of keeping them off the line. And I think we did a good job not fouling. We had two guys get fouls early, and you know, decided to sit them and get ready for the second half, and have these other guys get minutes that were doing well and playing out there.
With Johnson, you guys really limited him in the first half, but he kind of exploded in the second half. I guess what was the difference between the two halves for you?
He's a great player. He's a great player. His ability to make shots, his ability to go ISOs, really impressive on film. And you know, it's just a matter of when. You know, we try to limit him as much as we could, but he's a great player. 15 and 9, 3 assists, 0 turnovers. He had a great night.
Second straight game without Joe White starting lineup. Is that going to stay the same way for the down stretch on the away stand? Or
You know, yeah, we evaluate it every day. We try to figure out what's the best lineup to start for our team. Right now, that's what it is. Tomorrow could be somebody different. The next day could be somebody different. So again, it's a lot of things for me is how do you practice. But you also like, you know, again, he didn't start, but I think he was second or third in minutes today, right? So for me, it's not always about who starts, right? I want to see the guys that are competing and playing, and then they dictate their minutes throughout the game.
It's sort of just a unique thing about you guys, right? You're in sort of a building. I'm not going to call it a rebuilding year, but a building year. You're still figuring out all of these things kind of on the fly. I mean, that's a component of your job that you know
Yeah.
that you're dealing with, right? Like,
Yeah, you know, I think it's right. I think we talked about this. I could be wrong. This is the fourth game, right, Chad? We've had everybody, all 13 players active. You know, so it is changing things, right? When you have 11 guys and you have 9 guys and you're looking down. So, you know, we're going to keep getting better. We're going to keep playing more together and figuring out which are the best combinations to be out there.
Last question.
Yeah, do you have a plan for this? You know, these 2-game road trips are kind of unique to.
Yeah.
As you look ahead to next week, this week, you know,
You know,
how you do that.
Our ops guy puts the whole thing together. I have no idea about anything. I just know we practice here and leave Friday. But I think it's a great time for your team to stay together, right? You're not in classes, which is great because they're not missing school. I don't think, right, we don't start till we come back. We missed the first day, maybe.
First day.
But, you know, to get the syllabi, we'll catch them up on that quickly. But I think it's a great time to be together and spend some time together, right? It's you're in the hotel, you're in the meeting rooms, you're on a bus trip. Like, these are what they had to get closer together. These are the experiences they're going to remember. And it's being on these trips together, and I think we need it. I thought we bonded well in Hawaii, even though we had guys coming different days. I know you were there. So it's a good time for us to come together and just we lock in on one thing at a time. Our only focus right now is tomorrow's practice. And that's how we try to tell these guys. You gotta just be ready to go tomorrow and whatever that means. Some days are more physical, some days are more mental, some days are take care of your body, right? Every day is, and it's different for everybody, right? The guy that doesn't play, he's gonna practice and maybe do some other things when another guy might be in the cold tub. And we try to do that. A lot of times if guys don't play a certain amount of minutes, the next day we make sure they play 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 so that they're getting to compete and get out there and get better.
Thank you,
Good.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
thanks, Em.
Thank you.